Hello, friends. Today we're going to be talking about theme and the message of the story. So I am going to read this to you guys, and you guys are going to think about the message of the story that we're reading together. So this one is called Max and Kai Play Ball. So it says, read the following story and answer the questions that follow. So we're going to read it and then answer some questions afterwards. Max and Kai were the best of friends. They spent many hours together after school and on the weekends. One of their favorite activities was to play basketball together. Kai had a perfect hoop outside his house on the driveway. So they spent much of their time shooting hoops at Kai's house. "Where is the basketball?" Max asked one day when he was over at Kai's house. "There are 2 basketballs in the garage. Let's go," replied Kai. The boys organized a competition. Whoever could make the most baskets out of 10 shots won a round. They used paper to keep track of who won each round and decided that the ultimate loser would have to write a love note to Claire, the cutest girl in 5th grade. After they played 6 rounds and were tied in the competition, Kai's mom called them in for dinner. Frustrated that they couldn't continue playing, Kai hurled the ball down the street. It traveled in the gutter over a block away down his steep hill. "I'll get it later," shouted Kai as he threw his arm up in the air. After dinner, they grabbed the other ball from the garage and continued their competition. They played a few more rounds, knowing that the winner would be determined at the end of their playtime. When Max's mom arrived to pick him up, they were still tied and agreed that they would finish later. They waved goodbye and left the ball on the front yard. Giggling as they gazed at Claire the next day in class, Max and Kai agreed that they would continue their competition to determine a winner. "I can't wait to see what your love letter says," Kai taunted Max. "She's going to fall in love with you after she reads your letter," Max laughed. When they got to Kai's house and started looking for a ball, they couldn't find one. "What happened to the balls?" Max inquired. "We left one on the front lawn, but I don't see it now," replied Kai. They took a walk down the street to find the ball that had rolled down the street. There was no ball in sight. "How did we lose 2 balls?" Kai said, shaking his head. The boys went inside the house to ask Kai's mom if she could go and buy a new ball for them to use. "What happened to the balls in the garage?" she asked. "Well, I think they got lost or stolen or something," Kai mumbled. "If you had any money, you could buy another basketball," his mom replied, "but I won't be buying a basketball for you." "How can we make some money?" they asked. Max and Kai spent the next 2 hours raking the lawn and pulling weeds. When it was time for Max to leave, they had only earned $8 of the 24 they needed to buy a new basketball. Instead of playing ball for the next week, they worked in the yard and did chores around the house until they earned enough money to purchase a new ball. Okay, so now that we've read it, you're going to do a few things. You're going to answer the questions. You're going to write a brief summary of Max and Kai Plays Ball. So you're just going to tell me what happened in Max and Kai Play Ball. Give me a summary. Summarize, tell me what happened in the passage. Then you need to tell me what is one possible theme for the passage. Why did the author write it? What did they want you to learn? Then 3 is going off of that. What evidence from the text supports Max and Kai play ball? And how can you apply this theme to your own life? So how can you use this lesson that you learned from the text in your own life? Make sure you answer in complete sentences. I can't wait to read them.